So Narelle, can you tell us a bit about you and your life, how you found Delores canon?
This story may be sensitive for some to hear, but it's my story. I share it with deep respect in the hope that it brings healing and reminds us all that we're never alone.
So you came into this world silent.
I was actually born without breath. The doctors said I may never walk or talk, but Spirit had other plans, and I came back, some might say, with gifts.
Walking between worlds, as Delores would say.
For years, I've been quiet, but now I know my story isn't just mine. It belongs to every soul who's ever felt different, unseen, or like they weren't going to make it. What you'll hear, my near-death birth, what I brought back with me, how my challenges have shaped my spiritual path, and my journey, why I believe we are all awakening together. And please remember, if this resonates with you, please do like and subscribe. It'll help our little circle of light here grow.
So do remember to like and subscribe.
So this is my story. It's not that easy to tell, but I know it's time. Some souls don't get to tell their story of being born silent, of struggling to be here, but somehow I'm here. And I want to honour that gift by sharing it openly. If you've ever felt different, unseen, or like you weren't going to or weren't supposed to make it, this is for you. We're all awakening together.
Delores did say, if you're here now, then you chose to be, and you were needed, didn't she?
I came into this world not with a cry, but with silence. I was born what they call clinically dead. For 20 minutes, my soul hovered between here and somewhere else, listening, deciding. The doctors said she might not walk, she might not be able to talk, but it seemed my soul had other plans.
It sure did, didn't it?
By 5, I was standing there checking my reflection in the mirror and asking Mum if I looked old enough to be 21.
Funny, you thought you were already all grown up.
I danced with the steps of my Irish ancestors with tiny sure feet when I was a little girl. I loved Irish dancing, and I loved that my nan would take me. Then growing up, I rolled across the pavements and skating rinks like I'd done it all before. But I was a messenger.
A messenger for spirit?
I'd wake up in the night when I was little and tell my parents, and
So sounds like you were very tuned into spirit.
try and
already.
wake them up and say a loved one needed me just when they were about to pass. I always spoke to unseen friends and animals, and I sometimes knew things that children weren't really meant to know.
Sounds like the doctors did get this one wrong.
So I proved them wrong, and not just a little bit, but spectacularly. I didn't just survive. I came back with gifts the medical world couldn't explain. They said I might never walk or talk, but I came back walking between
So you have
worlds.
always just had an innate sense of energy and frequencies.
I learned to hold space and how to direct energy even before I knew what it was. By 11, I wasn't just skating. My dad had the local roller skating rink, and I thought I could run the show. Perched up in the little DJ box, I'd even hide just enough so that no one could see the truth. The voice behind the microphone wasn't a seasoned 20-something-year-old, but me, a small girl who barely cleared the counter with a radio voice. A miniature one. Out on the floor, the same ones who might have laughed if they saw me followed my calls without questions. Requests rolled in and the songs flowed out, and the music became an extension of me.
Sounds like roller skating was a big part of life for you.
I learned without realizing how to feel the mood of the whole room, how to read energy, how to lift it, and to keep it and people moving. When I look back, it was my first taste of holding frequency for others, and as it turns out, was part of the work I'd one day do.
In Qhht.
My roller skates carried me into competitions, speed skating, roller hockey, artistic, dance, even precision, until rollerblading came along. The transition was timed with being a teenager, about 13 or 14, and we skated everywhere.
I can just see you skating everywhere.
Then, after having my son at 19, for 2 decades, I navigated a world that wasn't fully my own. With a strict Catholic framework, it gave me structure, but also asked me to conform in ways that didn't always fit. And being a young single mum in a Catholic family, I walked that line carefully. Not for me, but for my son. Every choice was measured against that question: will this keep him safe? I learned to speak in ways that reassured others while quietly nurturing my deeper connection to the unseen. I played the role, I wore the mask when needed, but my heart stayed anchored in truth. And I always, although my wings were folded in public, I never stopped flying in private.
So, lockdown changed you.
For me, after COVID, it was really the first big doorway into my self-discovery path.
So you left your sales job.
16 years in one role, a huge commitment. It was no wonder that shift of me leaving that job cracked something open for me.
You thought real estate was for you.
Working myself really hard and doing too many hours trying a new career pathway at 40-something, and real estate? It really just showed me clearly what wasn't aligned, which then makes it easier to recognize and see what is. Sometimes the not for me is just as important as the this is for me.
That is true, hey. So what happened?
It had all started with migraines, blurred vision, and double vision. I was really not able to see at all.
So you had a very spiritual experience.
Then came the back injury after a lumbar puncture to find the cause of my vision loss. But it was so severe I couldn't walk. Suddenly, my whole life slowed to an abrupt halt. And while it was physically very painful, it was also the start of a huge awakening. And now, I'm able to be deeply grateful that I actually experienced it while still in this body, and not after it had worn out, or the way I was going after I had worn it out completely. Looking back, I know my higher self and my angels stepped in.
So you were kind of redirected.
They weren't just trying to save my health, they were actually trying to save my life path.
So we do, or we don't have free will in
They
life.
say you have free will, but believe me, nothing is surer than the angels' intervention. If you're heading the wrong way, they'll guide you back to what you came here for in the first place.
So then you found Delores Cannon's work, yes.
During my recovery time was when I first came across the work of Delores Cannon. Something inside me just lit up. I have to do this. But still, my logical mind tried kicking in, saying, you can't do that. What will Nan and Mum say? So I looked into clinical hypnosis, thought that it was the way to go. I had actually given up smoking years before with hypnosis, and I knew with conviction that it could work.
Wow, that's powerful.
But it sounds silly, just before I was about to actually transfer the funds, I broke my arm and I was in a real mess. Really in pain from the back and then breaking the arm. I didn't want to complain about anything else to my son, but I was in so much pain. I'd broken my elbow. Funny. It is actually the funny bone.
But it's really not funny, I imagine.
My higher self later explained in a session that I'd broken my funny bone because she needs to laugh more. She quite literally has a broken funny bone. As you would say, she needs to find the joy in life
Funny,
again.
the illness or problem in the body relates so literally sometimes, doesn't it?
The certification I was supposed to be signing up for,
Divine Timing Qhht Redirect.
and had missed the start of the course because of my injury, I was shocked to actually find out that it was not what I wanted to do at all. I believed in the concepts and all of the research that Delores had done over so many years with so many different people from different cultures, backgrounds, and even countries speaking different languages. And they all concluded the same narrative or storyline, a belief of cosmic wisdom and intelligence that actually comes from within.
A cosmic kind of awakening moment.
Not long after I booked my first session, I really had no idea what to expect. But what I saw did change my life. I'm now facilitating Qhht, quantum healing hypnosis technique sessions, and I'm currently level 1 studying to get my level 2 qualifications soon. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am that I found Delores. Or, well, Delores found me. But it's expanded my mind, soul, and consciousness to what I could term nothing other than cosmic consciousness, where you can see we are all just divine expressions of the One.
Source, the one, the I am, that's another conversation we can have another day.
I hope that my story can help someone in some kind of way. And if you've got any questions, or you think that you're actually ready for a Qhht session yourself, please feel comfortable to reach out. Just have a chat and we'll take it from there. Take care, breathe deep, and keep shining your light so that everyone can see it.
So anyone that wants to book a session or have a chat can just comment here or send you their details privately on email narelle@qhhtwithme.com.au and you will give them a call, or they should visit your nice new website for more information, www.qhhtwithme.com.